Good morning. Can I file Form 944 instead of 941? Well, you just don't choose which form to file. When you request an employer identification number from IRS for your business, IRS will send you a written notification, and in that letter they will specify the type of forms that you will file for your business, and that will be based on how you answer the questions. When you were requesting your EIN number, they might ask how many employees you have in your business, and you can think long term to answer the question, or you can be a little bit conservative. But depending on how you answer the question will determine what form IRS will request you to file. And they might ask, I have done it a while ago, but they might ask the amount of tax that you might owe on salaries and vice versa. So depending on how you answer questions when you file for EIN number will determine whether you will use Form 941 or Form 944. So, but what is in that written letter is what you should stick with. If IRS change its mind, they will send you a written notification. So pretty much what is 4944? 4944 is an annual form. It's employers' annual federal tax return. So federal income tax return, if I'm saying it right here. So employers' annual federal tax return. So when you collect, you pay, you have employees, including yourself. If you take salaries from your business, you will withhold federal income tax on your salary and any one of your staff members, and you will withhold social security tax from your staff members' salaries and your salary, and you will withhold Medicare tax from your employees, staff member salary and your own salaries, and your business will match the social security tax and the Medicare tax for the same percentage as well. So 6.2% for employees, 6.2% for the employer for social security tax, and 1.45% for Medicare tax for the employee, and 1.45% for the employers as well. So, but for the income, for the federal income tax, it's just the employees that, or your staff members that pay that, your business or yourself. But your business is not going to pay income tax on for that. Just the social security and Medicare, that's what they will match. And they will match it as well on tips. But for sick leave and pay and family leaves, your business is not going to pay social security and Medicare on those. You will collect sick leave, you will collect social security on sick leave and pay and family leave from the employees or staff members' salaries or wages, but your business won't match that. But your business will pay social security and Medicare tax on tips and wages, compensations, things like that, but now on sick leave and family leave, for sure, for social the social security tax. Yeah, so, and there won't even be Medicare tax on sick leave and family leave, if I recall right, but there will be social security tax on sick leave and pay leave and family leave, but just the employee will pay that. The employer won't pay social security tax on sick leave or pay leave, but they will pay on tips and wages, and the employer will pay Medicare tax on wages and tips as well. So we got a little bit distracted going deep in it, but let's get focused on the question. Can I file Form 944 instead of Form 941? So if you are required to file Form 941, you have to file Form 941, and that's a quality form. Even if your tax is zero, you have to file it until IRS sends you a letter stating that you need to file Form 944. Originally, for our business, Liberman Consulting L.L.C, we are required to file Form 944. And 1 year I filed Form 944, and IRS sent me a letter saying that we are supposed to file Form 941. So for that year, I filed Form 941, and then they sent me a letter after I sent the first quarter in. They sent me a letter stating that no, we should file Form 944. And then we went back to Form 944 and have not heard back from them ever since. So file the form you have in your EIN number letter stated the form you need to file to report your income tax, social security tax, and Medicare tax that you collect and merge to send them in. So if you are required to file Form 944, you might be required to make deposits of your payment of your tax liabilities, but you must still file Form 944 at the end of the year. So there is some instructions on what will determine if you should make a deposit or if you should pay instead. So if usually if the tax you owe, if the tax, the liability tax, the income tax withheld, the social security Medicare tax withheld, and the social security tax and Medicare tax that your business match, the total is more than $1,000, IRS might send you a letter asking that you switch to Form 941 to file quarterly. So that 1,000 threshold is for the form you should file. But until you get that letter, you just don't make the switch on your own because you reached that 1,000 by filing quarterly. You have to continue filing once a year by January 31st, filing Form 944 annual return until IRS sent you a letter, a written letter. So, but if the tax you collect is more than 2,500, you need to make a deposit. You have to pay online to the IRS. Even if you are required to file Form 944, you make those deposits during the year, and at the end of the year you file Form 944 if that's what is required from you. So if because of the tax you are collecting is 2,500 or more, you make those deposits during the year, quarter by quarter, depending of the requirement. The requirement is in the instructions, and the instructions will be on our blog under free download. There will be a link for you to access, to click on it to access the instruction from IRS website. But then you make those deposits during the year. That's a requirement. You don't collect it until the end of the year. You make those deposits, and then at the end of the year you file Form 941, Form 944. But if you are required to file Form 941, you have to file it every quarter. Even if your tax is zero, you don't say, oh, you don't have any tax, you can just file Form 944. You have to file it quarter by quarter. You file Form 941 until IRS notify you by written letter stating no, you can switch to Form 944. So it's not up to you, because you don't have any tax to report, or because you have a lot of tax to report. You make your deposits. If you have a lot of tax to report, you make those deposits, and IRS will decide which form you should use. But if you have a concern, you wanted to call them, they have a phone number. I can see if I have it in my file here. But first, I like to see if I can access the the threshold here. So Form 944 is designed to so that the smallest employer, those whose annual liability for Social Security, Medicare, and withheld federal income taxes is $1,000 or less, will file and pay those taxes only once a year instead of every quarter. So those instructions give you some background. So and that's that. And but then they have more, they went more into it. So you must file Form 944 even if you have no taxes to report, or you have taxes in excess of $1,000 to report, unless you file a final return for the prior year. So if IRS notify you in writing to file Form 944, you must file Form 944. Even if your tax liability for 2020 exceeds $1,000. Once your annual tax liability exceeds $1,000, and the IRS will notify you that you are no longer eligible to file Form 944 in future years, and that you must file Form 941 or Form 941 SS or Form 941 PR quarterly. However, until you receive the notice, continue to file Form 944 annually. If you are unsure of the current filing requirements, you can call the number 800-829-4933. And I repeat, 821, let's start over. You can call 800, that means 800-829-4933 if you are within the United States. And if you are outside the United States, you can call 267-941-1000. And I repeat that, for outside the United States, you can call 267-941-1000. So it's not up to you to switch between the two. It's IRS to decide. And that 1,000 is just for the form requirement. But for the deposits versus pay with the form, the threshold is 2,500. If you should make deposits during the year, or if you should pay with the form. Thank you so much for watching Afiavi, or listening to us, listening to our podcast. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and Liberman Consulting L.L.C podcast, nasop.com, our blog. And we do have our online stores, natural product, ninasop.com, custom apparels, liberlabel.com, retail store and office supplies, liberoutlets.com, and digital product, liberdownload.com. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for reading our blog. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Thank you so much for all your comments, and thank you all that subscribe.